What's that? I could have just smashed my window in the trailer. Oh shit. I just heard like some real scraping on the trailer. I really screwed this up. I totally screwed this up. Welcome to the Got Out channel, you guys. I'm going to try something a little different right now. I got my microphone on. Let me adjust it here a little bit so it's not too loud. What I want to show you guys is how I kind of prep everything before I get ready to go. That's exactly what I'm doing right now, is I'm getting ready to leave this place. It's snowing right now. You'll probably see some snow come through here. We're kind of getting flurries. You know, it's not sticking or anything, but it's been super cold at night. I think tonight it's going to be like 11 or something like that. I think the lowest we got to was maybe like 19 or 16, something like that. Really cold. Everything's running good in the rig, but I've only been here 2 nights. I'd like to be here longer, but we need to get to some warmer weather where I don't have to run the generator at night. So I'm going to get out of here, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about this spot as I prep the rig for departure. So let's do that. Okay, first things first is I check the inside of the rig, right? I mean, I've already done clean up the inside. Dog water, which I already dumped out. Got to make sure I get the dog water dumped out because that'll make a mess. So inside the trailer, it's mostly about getting things off the counters. I have one bin that I've been having troubles with when I travel. Then sometimes the drawer will open up. It's full of like heavy camera equipment. The more I do this channel, the more like little pieces of equipment I get, and those little things, they start to get heavy. So I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff eventually, but now I got to take this one bin of camera equipment and I set it on the bed, which I've already done that. That way I don't have to worry about it opening up and exploding inside the trailer. Speaking of exploding, one thing that I always worry about, and I check this thing so many times before I leave, is the fridge. So making sure the fridge is locked shut. And then that goes with all the cupboards, because the cupboards will swing open, and I haven't had any problems with that. And that's because I always double, and a lot of times I triple check every cupboard, every door, and every drawer especially, because the drawers will slide out as you travel. I do need to do some organizing in here, because I've already got a lot of equipment. You'll see when I get to quartzsite, that's kind of what I tend to do, is I get rid of stuff. A lot of times before I leave, if you think that's dusty, whew, it is, but that's nothing. Because we're up in the woods, so the ground is not super dusty and sandy. It is a little bit, but not too much compared to where we were. But a lot of times what I'll do, almost every time before I leave camp, is I clean all the counters, clean the sink, clean the stove, and vacuum the floors, that kind of thing. Since we've only been here 2 nights, I'm not going to do that. So now we'll move to the outside of the rig, and I have these chocks, and I put 1 or 2 in front of the truck tires too, because the truck is, the whole rig where it's still attached is sloped downward here, and we're going to be backing out, but for security when I'm sleeping, I like to have the chocks down. Especially if we're on a slope, I put the chocks out. And if we're detached, then I always put the chocks out no matter what, because wind can come along and, you know, shift the trailer, and having these out really helps keep things secure. Now these chocks have holes in them, which I'm always complaining about these holes in my videos. You guys will see me talk about it. I need to fill the holes up, because what happens is bugs get in there. Almost always spiders, scorpions, earwigs, caterpillars, will start cocooning in there if I'm at a place for a week or two. And inside of all these little holes. So I give them a good shake. And a lot of times I'll have to find like a little stick and like dig out the little insects, and spiders will come out of here. But other than that, these trucks are awesome. The reason I'm so concerned about insects is because they're stored in this cubby hole. And in this cubby hole right here is my bed. So it's super easy. Any bugs that go in here, they'll be right up in my bed. Let alone they'll just be able to get inside the trailer. Then I have my floor mat, and you guys, I'll have links to all this stuff on Amazon. That's where I got most of this stuff. So you guys can check it out, check out the reviews and all that. But you know, generally I like the stuff that I use. I trust it. It's heavy duty, it's fairly cheap a lot of times. And if you guys click on those links, it helps out the channel. Just click on one of the links. You don't have to buy anything, but if you do buy something, then Amazon does give us a little bit, a little tiny bit. All right, now let's go over to the other side of the trailer, and I'll take this opportunity to show you guys how I pulled in here. In a lot of ways, this wasn't the ideal campsite. You can see it's pretty cool in here. It is actually pretty cool. I hope you can see the snow that's kind of blowing around too. But there's no way to come through. It's not a pull-through site. So this is really a better site for somebody who has just a vehicle, truck camper, something small. You know, as it is, I was able to fit the trailer in here just fine. And I just pulled through. I came on the road here and just pulled right in, stopped, leveled it up with the blocks, which is what I want to show you. But here's the catch with this spot is, how do I get out? Originally, I tried to back into this spot. Like I came up this road, and then I stopped like right up here and tried to back in. Actually, you can see my tracks right there where I tried to back in. But I couldn't back in. It's too tight. I probably could, but it would take me a long time to figure that out. And so now, when I want to come out, the question is, am I going to be able to back up the trailer, back up this road, and then head out this way? Because this is the direction I want to drive out, back out to the highway is down here. Now I have hiked up here, so I know there is a spot I can turn around, and I think that's what I'm going to do. The easiest way for me to leave here is going to be just to back out this way. So I'll back up all the way back here, and then I'll head up here, up that road, which goes up the mountain more. And there's a couple spots I'll have an opportunity to turn around. So I'll turn around up there and then head back out. So I kind of have that all planned out. Man, I really wasn't going to shoot a video for you guys today because I'm trying to get out of here and get on the road. I don't even know where I'm going to camp tonight. The good thing is that I have enough water. I am kind of low on drinking water, but I got like 3 gallons left of drinking water. I have enough water in the trailer tanks, and I use that for cleaning and showers, washing my hands and stuff like that, dishes. And I have plenty of gas. I actually just filled up like maybe 20 miles from here. So I have plenty of gas for the generator. The truck's full. And my tanks are pretty much, they're not empty, but they've got about 7 or 8 days on them, which is totally fine. After about 2 weeks, then I really need to start thinking about dumping them. But they can go longer. I can go 3 weeks, you know, that kind of thing. I'm just one person, so they don't get filled up particularly fast. But I don't know where I'm camping tonight, and I want to get on the road to Quartzsite. That's where we're going. So let me show you a couple other things that I got to get ready before we can do that. And you guys can probably tell I'm kind of rushed in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up the rig, and I'll be able to pull the boards out, and then I can store the boards where they go. A couple of those boards go in that cubby on the other side, and then the big board, the best place I have for it now is inside the truck camper, so I stick it in here. And then also what I've been doing lately is See, I have this jacked up, even though we're still attached to the truck. I have it jacked up because that helps me level the trailer in there. So the suspension on the truck is actually up now because the jack is doing a lot of work. It's really pushing up the trailer and the truck at the same time. A few inches, like it's holding everything up a few inches to where it would be kind of sagging there and pointing downward because this whole thing is sloped downwards. It's hard to tell on camera. But so I have this block and I've been using that, and that helps a lot because then I don't have to I don't have to use the jack like all the way. I don't have to extend it all the way down. So that gives me more to work with, and it's a little quicker to deploy that way. So let's start up the truck, get the blocks out. There's a couple other things, that I got to do. Is I got to hook up the electric cord to the truck, which I don't do that till I start the truck up and it's running for a couple minutes, all that. That's Mr. Echo. He's cold. You're cold? Should I put you in the truck right now? Maybe I should. And yeah, it is cold. So getting things ready inside the truck, always make sure their leashes are in there. He might just hop up in there. You gotta wait, Echo. You're a good boy. Okay, Echo, you wanna go up? Yeah. So I got things that I'm gonna need for the ride, which is basically just water, their water bowl, their leashes are in here, so if we stop, that kind of thing. I got my wallet in here, put my phone in there, and I want to be ready when we're on the road so I don't have to get back and forth in the rig and the truck. We'll get Dodger, come on. Come on, Dodge. Come on, Dodge. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, the snow it's cool. Like I'm glad I got to see some snow, but it really does make me want to leave. Being from the Northwest, good boys. The snow can trap you where you are. Here, I think we're okay, at least for the next couple weeks. And if I didn't say, we're in the mountains in Nevada on our way to Vegas. We're going to be going through Vegas. I got to stop there for Costco, maybe hit the Walmart. And as we continue on south to Quartzsite, a few hundred miles to go. Now, there's a couple other things to check, and that's the windows, which I've already checked inside, make sure they're all secured. Of course, you got to have the doors all locked. The step needs to be up. I've left that out once or twice, and then you see it on the highway. You're like, oh crap. My coffee. See how it's all pretty cleaned up in there? Like there's nothing on the counters, nothing that'll really roll around. And then make sure all the cupboards out here are locked. And also make sure the awning is secured. Because sometimes I'll put it out and then that means it's not rolled up completely tight and all snapped and locked and screwed down and everything. This one is still unlocked because I got to put the wood blocks under there once I back up the trailer. I checked the tires at the last stop, so I know they're fine. And then, of course, when I get on the road, I always do the dummy check. You guys have seen me do videos about that. And what that is right when we get onto the pavement, or right before we get onto the pavement, I pull over and I walk around the rig, just check all the tires, check the connections, check the lights, just double check everything on the outside to make sure we're good to go. You know, going 60 miles an hour, you want to make sure everything is secured. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more footage of preparing to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for being subscribers to the Got Out channel. The dogs and I like making videos for you, showing you what RV life is like. It's weird for us still. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and it's still weird to me. I'm always experiencing new things, and so it's cool that I get to share that with you guys. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are. Hit the like button. Let us know you're watching. The dogs and I like to know you're watching. Click those links in the description, and I'll pin it in the comment. That helps us out a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, I have some exclusive videos, over 150 on our Patreon page. If you want to watch all 150 videos on our Patreon page, you can sign up there, and that supports us so much. That helps us out so much. And I post at least 2 new videos there every week. I'm doing live streams there regularly, so check that out. Dodger's in the driver's seat. He's shivering. You cold, buddy? I'll get you warmed up, don't worry. I have a whole collection of DVDs in there. The cool thing is, nowadays with the capabilities, you know, cell signals, you got Starlink and all that stuff. I don't have Starlink yet, but I will at some point, I'm sure. You're able to stream all kinds of stuff. Like, you know, the new Stranger Things just came out, and I'm going to be able to watch that inside the trailer. Even in places like this, you know, as remote as we are, there's cell towers all over, I guess. I have a lot of luck streaming stuff, and being able to upload videos to you guys on YouTube and watch stuff on YouTube is very cool. So, you know, living as a nomad nowadays, it's different than, I think, than it used to be for people. Because I can really stay connected as people are, you know, when they're sitting in their apartments in town and in their houses and the neighborhoods and stuff like that. You're kind of doing the same things I'm doing, right? Like, we're online, either on your phone or on your computer. And, you know, you're connecting with social media, that kind of thing. You're watching YouTube videos, you know, you're streaming Netflix, watching Stranger Things, watching Breaking Bad. I'm doing those same things, but I'm in this trailer in the middle of who knows where. So I'm really lucky, I'm really grateful to have the technology that we have nowadays, and I take full advantage of it. Like I said, I don't have Starlink yet, but I would if I had the money for it. Wow, the sun is coming out. Okay, so now, wow, that feels good. The sun's out. Oh, it is cold. All right, so now I can hook up the power cable for the truck. And then with that, I'll just do a quick check of the lights. To do that, I just turn on the blinkers. You can see they're both blinking, so we're good there. So all the chains are all hooked up. I'll double check everything just to make sure, you know, just give it a good shake and just make sure everything's locked and all that. I'm gonna back it up. Okay, Dodger, you gotta scoot over. Scoot over. Good boy. Don't be shivering. It's gonna get warm here real soon. All right, so these are all the wood blocks I take for leveling the trailer. So when I'm leveling inside, I have a little level, and I put that on the tables and the countertops in there when I get to a new site. And so then I'm like, is this a 1 board place or a 2 board place? Or it might be a 0 board place. That means it's totally level side to side. In this case, it was a 2 board place. And if I get to a place where it's a 3 board place, I guess I haven't yet. I just move on. I go somewhere else. Or sometimes you can just back up or pull the rig forward a little bit. You can find little lumps in the ground. That'll kind of help you level it a little bit. But I like these boards just because, I do have to kind of shake them off because they get bugs on them. Here, it's winter time, so I'm not really getting bugs. But having, just wood boards, it's not a big deal if I, forget one, if I leave it behind or whatever. Also, if they break, people get those plastic ones and then sometimes they'll break. They're kind of expensive. They're like $50 or $80 or something. They are cool though. In fact, I got a video that I'm going to put on my Patreon and I show how those plastic ones work. These go in here. And these are in my cubby on the other side. So like I was saying, that you really want to make sure there's no bugs on them when you put stuff in the cubbies. And then I have a tip for you guys. See, the truck's running because I got the keys in there, but I have a duplicate set of keys right here. I learned that real quickly, that you want to have 2 sets of keys so you can do things like I'm going to do right now, which is lock up this cubby hole here. Got my boards in there. And the reason you lock these up, it's not really to keep people from stealing. I mean, I guess it helps that too, but just so they don't pop open on the freeway. Same with the door. You want to lock the door. I double check everything in here. Yeah, we're good. We're good in there. I probably forgot something, but I'm pretty good. I don't usually forget something. It does happen. So now that that's locked, can't pop open. Steps are up. Now we're good to go. So I got to decide how I want to get out of here. I can't see, any cross traffic or anything. Option. Okay. Now I've just jackknifed it a little bit. So, okay. This might take me a few tries. I'm checking my mirrors. I don't have a lot of visibility, but I double check so I have a good idea of like where the trees are and stuff like that. Hopefully. And so now we are pointed in the wrong direction. So we got to go up this road and turn around. And sometimes what I do is I just double check, make sure I didn't leave any, trash or anything, or any of my equipment out in the campsite. Man, this was a cool place to camp. Freezing at night though, freezing. Good boy. Good boy, Echo. And this road is, man, I was nervous when I came up this road. I didn't shoot any video, but I was nervous because I've never been on it before. And all I did was I got on iOverlander, and there was somebody that said I was able to turn around just fine here in my 30-foot schoolie. So that's basically all I was going on. I was like, well, if that guy said he could do this, then I can do it. Even though my rig is longer than 30 feet, but it also is articulated in the middle. So that makes it easier than a schoolie. And when I was coming up here, when I hiked up here, I told myself, I said, I think you need to have the rig in 4x4. So there we go. We're in 4x4 low. Because it's steep and very loose gravel, really round, kind of slippy gravel. So you can see how it's rough here. And when you're going down a road, it was worse down where I was earlier, a couple days ago. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how much worse is it going to get? And so that's why I pulled into the spot where I pulled in. It was because I didn't know how bad the road was going to get. And so I picked that spot that I just pulled out of. And it worked out really good, but it's awkward. It's awkward for me to get in there because I tried to back in at first. And you can see it's a little awkward for me to get out. Now I have to do the whole turnaround thing. But if I would have kept driving, I would have realized, I hiked up this road now almost a mile, and it's pretty much fine. There's other sites that are easier. In fact, this site right here is a pull through. So you can pull right through here. It's a little tight in there for my rig, so you just have to kind of maneuver it perfectly, but it's totally doable. And this was going to be my second option for turning around. So you see, you pull through right here, and then you can just drive right out. You don't have to do any turning around or anything. And then this little kind of cul-de-sac thing right here, this is where I'm going to turn the rig around. I got to put it out of 4x4 to do that. So now I just need to turn really wide. Yeah, see, I'm not even going to be able to completely turn around. I'm going to have to pull into this kind of spot here and then back up to really get out of here. So I'm actually going to pull the rig all the way up into here because I can't do a complete loop. I'll pull up as far as I can. And I already scouted this out. I made sure there's no boards or nails or anything in here. I'm kind of at a point right now where I don't want to get out and set up the camera for this whole thing, but because I'm having to back up several times. Just to get everything at the right angle. The trailer and the truck. Okay. And I'm lucky this road is not busy, at all. This might be it. I just want to get out and check. Make sure I'm not going to back up into a tree. Okay, let's put it this way. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I checked. I think that's... Wait, what's that? Oh, my brakes on. Okay. Now I have a tree right in front of the truck, which is okay because I can see it. But that's the closest. I mean, technically I could have just smashed my window in the trailer. Oh shit. Okay. I just heard like some real scraping on the trailer. Actually, I really screwed this up. I totally screwed this up. I was like way too confident. There we go. Just take my time. Because I'm kind of like straight across. Okay, let's see if I was turning that way. Now I need to turn this way. Yeah, I can do this. I'm like straight across the road. Should I pull it forward? The back of the trailer is fine, but yeah, there's like branches and leaves and stuff all on the back bumper. Okay, so now that, and then let's see, turn it like this. Now actually I kind of want to jackknife it a little bit. Okay, so but then I know I'm doing this kind of wrong. Yeah, I'm totally doing it wrong. The good thing is we're gonna get out of here. I just want to keep, I'll show you. Since there's nobody on this road. Yeah, we're gonna get out. Grab like right. I'm just gonna do this here. See, I'm doing it wrong because I'm just doing it wrong. But I need to get the truck pointed just like down the road. Oh man. I feel like I'm totally doing this the wrong way. Okay. Okay. For me, sometimes the done way is the right way, you know? If there's no damage, then I did it okay. Okay, that was a little embarrassing. Yeah, that was embarrassing.